Okay, so I've missed the new moon video for the first time in about 8 years, but let's try this. Today's the new moon actually, as we are starting December. So let's talk about the month of December and what it may bring. The main reason why things don't work out is because we have too much in the past. We have too much doubt. We don't know what life is about. We keep on doing things that don't need to be done. We keep on drawing the line where there are none. And indeed, we are trying to find the cause and effect to that which is just not there yet, or will never be, will never come. So that's the thing, is don't try to play dumb when you understand that things are just as they are, because the truth is what we here are expressing. And it is very interesting, and for some people really quite depressing, to understand the truth of that which life has come to be. Unfortunately, some things may not be as planned and may be not as good for you or as for me. They may be good for nobody really. So we have some rubbishy stuff. And willy-nilly, we don't actually want to keep that around anymore. So if you understand the harm that's been done, please, for sure, draw a line, respect yourself and who you are, and in some cases, leave. And if you are the star, you need to be in Dragon Year. By far, you've already pre-planned a nice release. And if you don't really care about something or somebody else, you can really part ways and leave things in the dust, because you don't have to play around with rubbish people or rubbish ideas. But for some people, that answer is not really here, because they can't yet afford to feel the full span of their heart. The wingspan in Dragon Year is something that really takes us up high and takes us apart from that which doesn't need to be. If you're a strong person, you don't really need anything, you see, because all you really had to do is be who you are. And that may make you a star and far apart from that which is no good. So that's okay if you want to leave your previous relationship or neighborhood, because it simply is just done. And that's okay, because Sagittarius will always sway you that special way. It likes you to play. Play is something that's really important for me here, as Sagittarius has simply no idea. It just pushes all the buttons as if at once, because it just wants to enjoy life and take a chance, which is what we're doing here at the end of the day. We're just trying to experience and expose ourselves to more play, and it should actually really never have been a chore, because it is just about feeling free and fresh and reminding yourself that you are not here to be sure, you're not here to be grave, you're not here to be accepted, you're just here to be young and free and live your freaking life and create it as you may. That's the whole thing at the end of the day. Dragon Year does like the winner. It does like to regulate things too. So how you play this play or game of life is up to you. How you dance is entirely your own doing. And that is something that may make people feel meek, because they're construing a life instead of actually living who they are. And maybe if you look at my Patreon, some of my readings will take you very far. If you just understand where you really actually do need some things to be there and where you shouldn't care. So relax and just enjoy. A lot of this is not about being coy or being special or particular at all. It's just about being very, very big and very tall, because now you see the full expanse of yourself and your heart. There's no real point to play their little game and to stay apart and to do what other people want you to do. So it's just about being free, whatever that means to you. And at the end of the day, some people will come and some people will stay. The serendipity of life is really excited and very precious. There is always something very special that is happening. It's really nice to go somewhere abroad. It's really nice to go hit the road or just do something very, very unique and very, very ambitious, because Sagittarius likes things that are a little bit extra this year and very delicious, because it doesn't really want to stay in one place after all. If you don't really like that about other people, or maybe you prefer a sense of control, and that is not something that is needed today. If you like, you can later contract, retain, and control as we hit Capricorn, but in a way, Capricorn will not get you very far if you've been contained and controlled and took things too far. So for example, if you really, really desperately care, if you really deeply intend on somebody to be there, if you really want to do the best thing you can and control your emotions, things are just tasteless and awful. However, relentless. Some of us really do not want anything but that which we do. So maybe your tastes are controlling you. So for example, I only want this type of home. That's okay. I only want to know this type of person. Okay, fine, yay, hooray. You can do anything you want really during this time. But control does definitely depress your paradigm and in a sense change the picture. So if you have a lot of old drab ideas, and if you are starting to be particularly sad and depressed beyond your years, and if you really want just this or just that, understand you don't understand the full cause and effect of what it takes to be alive on this planet today. So just go have fun, okay? You just have to experience and express yourself as you will and model your life on something that is just more spectacular and magnificent. And do not, attempt anything of ill will, because some people will have a monstrous streak come out during this time because they simply don't see any other choice for themselves. And the paradigm will change. And we do definitely have some monsters definitely during these times, because some people do not see the point of their own lives. They don't understand the point of their paradigms unless they commit violent crimes and do things that you definitely didn't expect. So for some people, they will do horrible things and not feel regret. And that is something that we have to basically understand as a people, as a community, society, as that is just something that is just part of them. So you see, when we have a lot of violent crime or rigid anger and scary emotions come up during these times, because that is part of an inner voice. That is an inner crime. So that's the thing. I don't really want to discuss it here, but some people do have an alternative, suspicious idea as to where they're going and what they're going to be from now on. And just let them go and have their own say and have their own home, have their own freedoms, have their own way of living their life. And freedom is all at the end of the day. And try not to cause strife. If you don't like something about somebody else or somebody, it's okay to just allow it and let it go, and don't be there waiting for people to change, because that is something so boring and putrid during this time. It will just make you age. If you're waiting on time to change, you will grow old. It will make you age. It'll make you sad. It will make you sick. It'll make you not somebody that you think is attractive or interesting. Really, the minute that you see something old and tainted, really just leave it alone. Don't touch it. Leave it there where it is. It is really easy during this time to spot a disease. It is also very easy and really obvious to see what is not nurtured and not cared for or shouldn't be there. And if you don't feel attracted, then that's all it is. If you don't feel attracted, that means that there is something else there, and it could be part of a problem or a disease. If you don't feel interested in something or somebody, that is okay. It doesn't make you strange. Just notice decay. Decay is something that we really have to understand and get rid of, truly. So if you have something wrong in your body, maybe it's been fully absorbed and it's been there for way too long. It's become part of your personality. An illness, you will know, you'll understand if it's become part of your character, really a characterization of disease. You can call me silly, but you can just wish it away. You can laugh it out of you. You can do something drastic and just make it sure that you renew, because you simply don't want it to stick around. So I believe that most people just need to believe and enjoy and express and live it up, live it out loud. And it just means maybe nothing to me today, but in the end, something that you have done before also may stay. this is something that I want to talk to you about also here. As some people may return to their previous grounds or previous career, certain people will enjoy things better from the past, and they'll say, ha ha ha, I've lost so much time, and my recent pursuits were just lost, when actually back then, some years ago, I had it pretty good. But if you really want to be on the cutting edge of life, don't look back, because that may breed confusion or strife. Some people will rather do that which they've done ages ago than do that which is now, and that shows. If you're somebody who's really stuck way back there, maybe today you are experiencing something that makes you go, I don't care. And that is okay, because you don't actually really necessarily need to be stuck in the future to see your design. We are here in a completely different paradigm. Pluto's gone fully into Aquarius, and nothing really makes sense unless it's really here in the heart. Yeah, I'm serious. If you don't really feel it, it'll feel like nothing at all. It'll feel like eating just bread with no butter. It will have no flavor or taste. And then forever afters won't happen. They will not create if there is nothing that you're feeling about somebody or something. And there is no hate. There is no hate anymore. There's no shadow. It's just, I'm so bored of this thing. There's no heaven. There's no heaven in this, which I'm trying to do. There's no heaven in this. And yeah, how about you? Don't you wish that there was something tasty and delicious in your life? Don't you wish that there was something that you could just imagine that would just make it all bounce and strive upwards and upwards and upwards? But that's something that's not for everybody. Because if you don't have enough stamina, and if you don't have a strong enough body, it's going to definitely show. If you don't have enough health, if you don't have enough energy, if you don't have enough money, if you don't have enough imagination, if you don't have enough interest in life, you have an infection that is holding you back, it is going to be so. And then that's a question, and now you know. Now you know. That's the main thing about this month. Now you know. And now there's no need to mourn the past. The bigger and the better things are in the future, or they're here and now. The bigger and better things are still possible. Don't have that frown. Don't just frown it all out and just wait in the middle somewhere. Try to be in the moment. Try to be right there. Try to be strong in the time that you've given yourself. Enjoy the amazing delights of this month. And say thank you to yourself, if you've also committed, a lot of maybe crimes or bad situations. If you've been in an abuse story again and again, feel that passion. It's an okay thing to get angry and lustful and willful and aggressive, because it is better than just to be waiting for something to happen. It's better than being passive. If you're not very passive right now, if you are turning in your bed and you can't think straight, that's actually okay, because that means you're learning something, you're changing your system. And some things just didn't end up that which you wanted them to be. Some things didn't fill you out. They didn't fill you up. And now you're free. Just get that stuff out of your life today. It is boring, and that's okay. And that's the whole thing, basically, I got to tell you today. The main thing about Capricorn time, when it starts, is that we do have a definite question of history. And yes, last for things that you don't necessarily need. Because Capricorn this month actually does have a lot of greed and wants to keep things around, right there and then. It doesn't want to make any false decisions. And Zen is the way that a lot of people will eventually go. So Capricorn will try to come back to center and make a point, So in a sense, Capricorn is going to be very structured and very sincere, and wants you to stick it down and not disappear. It doesn't want you to just go doing whatever you want. It wants you to stay there in one place. And later in life, you may have to ask, why did I honestly try this or that? Why did I have so much trust? Well, if you don't have enough inertia, and if you're not built for success, sometimes we have kind of separate or numb decisions. And that is what's best in Capricorn. At least stick it down. Stick down to something. Yeah, that course I didn't want to do, but there was nothing. For example, I had no other choice and I just had to do that. That kind of thing. And that's not basically what we want in this dimension, really. It's kind of just about poking about and, making things stick. It's really important that you want to do what you really are doing, and that you're not just trying to stick things down. You're not just gluing one thing to another, making it stick, making it work, making it okay. Because if you don't have enough heart, passion, or energy in Sagittarius, well, yeah, that's just gonna stay. It's gonna stick things down in Capricorn the way you never really wanted it to. So how are you doing, Sagittarius, is up to you. I would suggest don't be worried if it looks bad on paper. Don't be worried if it looks bad. Even later, just enjoy the fact that you are here and that you're true, and let it all rip. So try to trust it. How about you? How about you tell me? How about you tell another what you really feel? And also offer them a choice. Offer them a word too. Everybody wants to enjoy and explore, and with this Jupiter and Gemini, you need to ask, well, how about you? How about you tell me what you think as well? Because we're all in this together, and stay safe. But in some cases, you will have to fulfill a purpose in a group, and that is okay to be just one of many. Yay! It's actually absolutely fine to be another face in yet another common situation. Is absolutely fine to have a team or tribe or a fantasy that is knit between many people's imaginations. It's absolutely okay to be just one cog in a system of cogs. But in some people's cases, it's not going to work out. It's lost because they don't have the full ingenuity or the full word or wisdom in a situation. They don't have their own word or their own design. So it's your choice, it's your system. If you don't really like to enjoy everybody else or what everybody else enjoys, then you have to express a lot of passion, energy, anger, or lust. You have to get physical, you have to get strong. You have to really feel that which you want. What is right, what is wrong. You have to really be that big global energy here. And if you don't have enough power in your body or in your mind, that's fine. So basically what's really here is whether you want a team effort or joint effort or none at all, if you want to be entirely in control of your own life story situation, if you want incredible independence, that comes with time for some, and a lot of passion. And in some cases, it's not actually about passion or time or anything at all. It's just about whether or not you're in the right place and time, and whether you are or not present, and if you can or cannot, tangibly have control. In some people's lives, there's no choice. In some people's lives, there is just only one voice, the voice of the group or the voice of the people. And everything that they do has to be simple, and you have to fit in, and you have to break through, and you have to do exactly that which is kind of right for all of you. And that's really harsh if you don't want to do that which they do. So it's your choice. If you want to be with or without, if you want to have your own say and pride and esteem, or if you're in doubt, if you don't have a lot of energy or anger or feeling or information, you might just want to be another person in somebody else's equation, which is not actually a big deal. It just means you don't have a lot of passion. If you don't have a lot of passion, that is absolutely okay. You just wait for things to come out a certain way. You just wait for other people to name you what they will. And you just wait for other people to express themselves and still be pleased. And it's okay too, but imagine what that means. How are you just waiting for someone else to call you or to do that which they will do? It's absolutely okay. But then again, there comes a question, how are you? Don't you want something a little bit more stable and stylish? Don't you want something a little bit more robust? Don't you want something a little bit more simple but that has more trust? Don't you want something that will work entirely in your own individual plans? Yeah. Don't you want to live an authentic, youthful, brilliant life? Or do you still feel like you need to make amends. Don't make amends. Making amends is what's ill in this world today. Trying to hatch up the past. Trying to make sure that the previous strategy lasts. Trying to make sure that by the skin of your teeth, you won't fail. Trying to make sure that you will withstand the elements, the weather. The veil is lifting. A lot of people know they don't have any time to waste. A lot of people know that they don't want to live a childish life of imitation and of haste. And many people understand now they don't want to really be here unless actually they live their own authentic lives. So here, you don't need to will yourself over into the next vibrational element. You just really have to notice where there is feeling and where there is ailment. If you don't have any feelings, understand why and what that is coming from, and understand your weakness, so that recognize where you do and do not need. Understand where you have too much possession or too much greed. We don't actually have enough sustenance at all in the end. It's just about making certain adjustments and very adult amends, and inevitably Capricorn will give you everything that you need to understand your society, your education system, and your creed, and recognizing also where you were not pure or where you've made a mistake, and understanding what pill to take, be it red or blue, what right and wrong is there, and what is also just irrelevant for you. You have to understand, that husk from grain, from the day dot, and not waste any time. And also look at what you've got. Understand the true build of your system and your wealth. Understand the full quantum of your success, and relax. You don't have to have a lot of it, really. It's just about your own game, silly. So you just basically have to look at your life in a more, sometimes proportionate or professional way, but it's about joy and happiness at the end, and having your say, and experiencing that which you really do want to experience, and understanding where you no longer just want to kind of walk around or freelance or do that which another person is waiting to be done, and where you're also ready to, have a beautiful day, enjoy, have a laugh, have some fun, and realize what is not worthy of any more. And that means that there will be a shutting of a door and a certain type of shunning this month for sure, and that is not a bad thing. It's just about stability and knowing what is for sure, which is a normal part of life. So I hope that you have a nice time, and I'll see you guys again next time. Thank you. Bye.